Hello, it's me, Fidiscus Jisker. I want to remind everybody to sign up for the Mix-Based Open. It's a standard tournament played exclusively on mix-based maps with a $400 prize pool. Sign-ups end, I believe, on Sunday, the 12th of September. So you got a little bit less than a week to sign up. Right now, we're sitting at 64 entrants, which, as I've mentioned before, will mean that the tournament will be played in Swiss format with a top cut of the top 8 players, who will then proceed to a double elimination tournament. And on the notion of tournaments, I have here, what is this? There we go. This is a tournament game between SonjaTheSuperior and Hamplmann, played on Page Avenue. The game that I had done that was between Edgar XD and Walker was also on this game, or was also on this map. It's also part of the same Discord tournament, 5-2, 5-2, 5 line 2. But I'd gone over this game once because both players are really high caliber, and I don't think I did a really good job of the analysis, so I scrapped it and we're starting from scratch. But I did, one of the reasons that I thought that it's really important for me to go over this is because there's something at the end of the game that I thought was really valuable. So we'll get started. Pretty standard start for Page Avenue. Nothing, I think, too wild. I think this is the... Maybe this is the first? No. Yeah, it's just all normal stuff. This is the first turn where something different happens? Yes. I think. I don't remember. Yes, this is different. So, Hamplmann has moved this infantry forward, and SonjaTheSuperior moves this infantry down. I think that this works out for probably both of them in the long run. Their cap phases are still really similar. This has gone super far forward. First tank, Hamplmann builds low, and SonjaTheSuperior has in the game with Walker and Edgar, Walker had built his tank on this side, and Edgar XD had mirrored it, but in this game, SonjaTheSuperior decides to fight that tank on the lower part of the map, which is a little rough since this is the one base side for Sonja, but you know, if they feel that they've got enough, they feel that they have enough infantry down here, then that's just fine. This still isn't quite in range to threaten much of anything. I suppose that this infantry can't move up to cap this city here safely. And there's tanks on the top side now as well. So a 2-tank turn, or no, this is still just a 1-tank turn, but there's 2 tanks on the top side for SonjaTheSuperior. I think that, we'll just see. And take a closer look. So the artillery is built for Hamplmann in the top and a tank in the bottom. This tank attack is really far out. This is not really in range to be defended by anything. There's like a ton of infantry here, but I don't think that that'll be sufficient to get. It doesn't seem like a good enough attack here. This counterattack seems really, really good. I suppose that any tank that's made from this base kind of is obligated to move down through the roads. There's too many, you can't get anywhere going through all these forests. So this pursuit onto that tank is a little bit questionable to me. If Sonja was playing Lash and Hamplmann was playing Kindle, I think that I would maybe think a little bit better of it, because the attack from the forest would be worse and not better. Okay, no, maybe this isn't as bad as I think, because, well, it's not like Hamplmann doesn't have the option of attacking from the front here. This only sort of covers it. It covers the forest. And the two tanks over here definitely make this a lot scarier. The fact that Hamplmann built two tanks down here is a little bit strange in the context of what happens later in the game. I wonder how it was played from the 7th of August to the 2nd of September, so it's like a whole month. So I guess it's possible that some of these turns could have come a lot later. This is a big deal. That's like a Lash only. That's a Lash only strat to deal 2 damage with the infantry on the mountain to a tank. Okay, yeah, this is probably enough, these 2 tanks, to defend against this. That artillery is not gonna, it's got enough units to defend it, along with the terrain. Good advanced walls from Hamplmann. Okay, so we got an anti-air from Hamplmann to respond to this battlecopter. SonjaTheSuperior moving in on tanks. It's a really good attack in the bottom part. And just retreating off the top. Trying to capture one of these contested properties in the center. And here, Hamplmann just goes in on the black boat. Rather hard, truthfully. And there's not a whole lot that Sonja can do about these tanks and infantry up here. There's just this artillery, really, and it's not in range to hit anything. Tank artillery. It's sort of interesting as well. This artillery, I guess he's just going to use it to play defense. He doesn't have an artillery at the bottom part. This is such a, well, no, this is a shoal. This is almost a really, really good spot for this battlecopter to be in. There's still no real defense up here. These are close. Okay, no, the battlecopter, I think the combination of those things is pretty good. It's just especially scary with the anti-air being able to shoot those infantry and the battlecopter in range of the artillery. But Hamplmann is still going in. Starts the cap. This is a real, this is like the all-in play that Walker made. It's really similar. They were both Lash too. Okay, so Hamplmann kind of shuffles these troops around so that there's less tanks protecting the infantry and more infantry. So I'm guessing that he's not expecting this to actually work. He's just trying to make it work. And if it doesn't work, then he's got these tanks in the back. He's trying to make this less of an all-in, which I respect. Okay, CO power to deal the damage, so this is less critical of a situation now. Okay, so this is kind of a scary cap, even though it's not protected. It's being covered on enough sides, and the fact that it's a powered Kindle infantry on the city makes it really hard to attack into, I think. And the bottom still has to move. Okay, so this artillery is now in range of the black boat. Okay, so Hamplmann spent a lot of resources trying to kill that anti-air. I wonder if that's because of the number of infantry that he's got, or if he's going to make a B-copter this turn. I gotta assume he's going to make the B-copter this turn. Okay, so activates super. Get anything cool off of it? That's a lot of damage. That's a lot of damage. Putting this artillery here is actually really smart with the super on, because this is basically impenetrable. This is 8 defense stars. And then next turn, it's going to be hitting this artillery if this artillery doesn't move for an immense amount of damage. I really like that play. And yeah, it does just force Sonja to back off. And I mentioned that, but Hamplmann did not build a... I thought that Hamplmann would build a copter this turn, last turn, because of spending all of those resources trying to kill the anti-air, but it didn't happen. There's no battle copter. Just 3 tanks. So now Hamplmann's in a similar circumstance that he put Sonja in at the bottom. This seems so strange to me, just looking at it, that this artillery is like in front of everything. But I mean, contextually it makes sense that this is the only full health unit that can hit it, this tank. And if this tank does hit it, it's going to be from a road, and there's going to be plenty of other tanks to back up this artillery. This artillery, like the thing that this artillery needs to be able to do is to threaten the HQ in the city here, and it's doing that. And even though it's not made, like, even though it's not explicitly safe from being attacked, it's still managing to do its job, and it can't be attacked safely. I mean, you could kill the artillery, but that wouldn't accomplish the things that you want to kill it for. So Sonja moves these troops even further south. This looks pretty solid. Got a big wall here. Big threatening wall too. There's like 5, 6, kind of 7 tanks here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't know about that one. It's kind of in the wall. Okay, it does enough damage to stop the cap. Sonja's got power. Starts capping the HQ. This is a relatively small force considering what we've seen and like the number of units on the board. Okay, this is like a really important win in the center here for Sonja. This does not seem to look very good for Hamplmann. Sonja is absolutely in control here. This is going to have to be a kind of impressive comeback. Okay, that's a big deal. The egg takes out the battlecopter from full. And a lot of these tanks, most of Sonja's tanks are now like kind of badly damaged. It's just these ones on the bottom and these two. Hamplmann doesn't look so bad here now. That's a really impressive counterattack. Okay, so we got High Society. That's like almost 60% bonus damage, I think. 60 plus 10, if I'm not mistaken. It's a lot of bonus damage. Yeah, these tanks are just one-shotting everything. Five HP tank on a city, one-shotting an 8 HP tank on a road. I guess Lash might be able to do that with prime tactics. I don't really think about it. So there is absolutely no unit advantage for Hamplmann. He's not going to get it back this game, I don't think. Okay, so Hamplmann has built this fighter. And the only things that are on the board are these two... the only air units on the board are these two battlecopters. But the fighter is a really good blocking unit. It moves really far and it can't. It's immune to most units. The only thing that it's not immune to are other fighters, stealths, missiles, and AAs. So SonjaTheSuperior has no AAs. It's not going to build a missile. Won't have a nobody just has missiles laying around, except in high funds maybe, and it's a serious investment to build this, and that's actually the only thing that's built this turn. Hamplmann realizes that he's not going to have the unit advantage anymore, so it's just going to build something that he knows won't die. 8 HP infantry onto the capital. And SonjaTheSuperior tries to build up a defensive formation that is going to be able to secure this cap. Super's activated for Hamplmann. And all that Hamplmann has to do is manage to keep this infantry alive for one turn. But there's a critical error that Hamplmann has made, which is that there are too many units on the board. This doesn't work. Like, SonjaTheSuperior is just throwing units at Hamplmann's to build enough damage to use Urban Blight, because that's all that Sonja needs in order to stop this calf is Urban Blight. And that's super smart. That's just crazy smart. You don't have to actually like attack into this infantry or break this formation or anything. You just need the CO power. And now there's no way that Hamplmann has to stop this cap. And Hamplmann, I don't think you can move units then delete them. So it might not have been possible for Hamplmann to do anything. It might not have been possible. Let's take a look. If Hamplmann did anything, any unnecessary attacks, then so that was necessary. This is necessary. That's necessary. I don't think that was. Maybe. That probably. This certainly was not. That certainly was not. Really, the two anti are the biggest issue. If the anti are able to reverse one-shot the copters, which just generates huge amounts of meter. Certainly, I think for the anti-air, this anti-air, Hamplmann would have been better off deleting, I think. This one, I don't think that he had a choice, but look how much meter that built. It's 224. What is this before? So that builds like more than 10,000 meter. And this is like 9,000. Yeah, it's like 9,000 meter from attacking this. Yeah, and then because this tank is on because this tank has 60% bonus attack, this also builds like probably about 9,000 meter. That's rough though. I wonder, what did this hit? We have to go all the way back, find out what. That's really rough. This, it probably would have been better off just leaving that 1 HP infantry alive. I don't know. There's a lot of stuff capable of attacking stuff. It's hard to say. This was a really good attempt to win the game when coming from so far behind. This is really, really solid idea. And I'm not sure that it would have been possible. Hamplmann, I have no idea how much Hamplmann was trying to move planar this out, but it was really, really clever. The fighters are really, really, really strong blocking unit. If Hamplmann had built it a turn earlier so that it could have blocked here, then maybe you wouldn't know how to use all these units to create like a wall. Having the wall is what ended up costing Hamplmann. Like, the fact that this wall exists and can destroy units that attack into it is really the issue. But if that wasn't the issue, then not having the wall would have been the issue. So, I mean, I do understand that it's really, really difficult. I don't think it's possible to move and delete. You have to choose between moving and deleting. But it's a hard choice. It was well played. SonjaTheSuperior just wins after this turn. This is, yeah, this just caps. You can't see it, but it does. I think that they goofed around for like a turn because it was already over. But yeah, cool game. Well played. The Mixed Base Open. Yes, it's a tournament that's going on. You can sign up now for free at challenge.com/MBO2021. We do have 64 entrants, so that is a Swiss tournament with a top cut. Really exciting. Both of these players are going to be there. Look forward to seeing them compete there. Definitely going to keep an eye on those games. I'm playing games with people that want to. If you want to play a game, just send me an invite. We'll play any kind of standard map. I'm willing to try high funds. Might be streaming some other stuff on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/FDDCSJXK. There's not a whole lot of other fidgets out there, so it's pretty easy to find me where you are looking. Yeah, might stream some Caves of Quad, might stream some like Final Fantasy 14. If you want to play that game, hit me up. I don't know anything about it. I'm trying to learn. But yeah, I'll upload maybe one other thing, and I'm getting ready for the Mixed Base Open. I'm opting out of League games. I'm going to just focus on content creation during that time. Look forward to seeing everybody there. Good luck.